welcome to the Core Meltdown and stuff. I am Gahdric,
And I'm Leg.
and this is the new and founded Pit Review.
Are we going with that? I thought we
I
decided we
don't.
weren't.
I wasn't sure what to do. My brain
Whatever, we've
thought,
committed to it now.
my brain thought as I was talking, and my brain said, "No, don't say it." And I was like, "Fuck you, I'm saying it."
Well, you are
And
a little retarded, so it's okay.
whoa,
Yeah, you heard me.
you're fucking canceled. You're canceled already.
Yeah.
All right, so basically we went to shows over the weekend and we're going to talk about it for a little bit, and this will be the only time I'm going to explain it. The first time.
The first time. What do you
This
mean
is
the
the
first
first
time you're going to
time.
explain it?
The second time I'm not explaining shit. We're just going to go into it, and if people come into the episode and they're like, wow, what are they doing, it's too bad. I explained it in episode 1 or episode 5ish, tangent 1
Tangent
subspace.
1.
Tangent 1 subspace section 4.
I think this is actually episode 6, but good try.
Well, we lost the first one, had to re-record it, so does that really count as what?
But this would be number 6 because I have 5 recorded. So yeah, it's okay. Math is hard for you. Next.
That's hard for you. I want to hear that. Okay, so over the weekend I went up to a little not Electric Factory because that's a cool name. I went to the Fillmore, or not the Fillmore. That's a cool name too. I went to the Franklin Music Hall, which is a cool name. But went up there and I got to see Catch Your Breath, Kingdom of Giants, Alpha Wolf, and Dayseeker. Doors opened at 6, and I did what all concert goers would do: is got there about 6:45, 7, because theoretically by that time the band should start playing. Nope, I got to see one song by Kingdom of Giants. That's it. Because
Oh,
again,
wait, Kingdom open?
Yes, they did. I was surprised about that.
Wow.
But yeah, I walked in and they started playing a song like, "You guys have one more chance," and I said, "That ain't right. That's not that's not right, guys." And in the history of all what is right in music, who starts playing 30 minutes after? Not saying it's Kingdom of Giants' fault. I'm just somebody chose this, and I don't agree with that theory. But 30 minutes for people to walk in the door, they ain't got drinks. People are still pooping in the bathroom. What if you're dropping a deuce and then band starts playing? What do? You're like, shit, I just got in. I thought I had more time to take said shit.
Now you shit in metal.
Yeah, exactly. So we did get to see that one song by Kingdom of Giants. I couldn't tell you what it was because I was so astonished by everything that was going on
Right.
that I didn't catch it. It sounded great though. Then Catch Your Breath came. I enjoy them. I wouldn't say I'm like a huge fan, but my girlfriend and our mutual friend that we both know, Kristen, came with Steve and stuff, and we brought the kids. They all liked Catch Your Breath, and they sounded good. I couldn't get over the fact that the guy had long blonde hair and was wearing a beanie, and my brain was like, Jay's on stage from Jay and Silent Bob, and he's singing, and it sounds good.
Right.
It sounded good. That's the
Yeah.
point of the matter. It sounded good, but it just not as hard as I wanted it to be,
Right.
So after that, we were just standing around waiting for Alpha Wolf to come on, and for some reason my brain fucking farted, and I couldn't remember what Alpha Wolf sounded like. And in my brain housing group, the guy that has the file cabinet, he goes, "They sound like the Word Alive and Outline in Color." And
Right.
I was like, yes, they do. Alpha Wolf. Oh, and I was thinking of Wolves at the Gate too, which is not a heavy, hard band. So I'm like, okay, I am excited to see this band. Well, you start seeing people kind of push their way up to where the pit's going to be. And my brain is, I'm still like astonished. I'm like, why are they getting a pit for this band? That's weird. Whatever. They kick off, and I'm just standing there like, what the fuck? It's so heavy. It's so hard. It's intense. I look back at Kristen and she's like, I didn't see this coming. I'm like, I didn't either. And I'm looking down because she's like this tall. But
Right.
it's funny. But we're both just like, this sounds amazing. It's just such an amazing band, and it's just like it rehashed why you go to shows, because I wasn't expecting a lot from this band, and I got this fucking mind blowing experience. And even, yeah, he did the Wall of Death and stuff like that. But normally I got 400 discs. I can't do that. Well,
Right.
it's separated right there, and I said, "Oh shit, I'm on the edge." And so I look back at my girl, and her kids are there, and her oldest is 18. I'm like, "Let's go, E. We're going." He's like, "No," and I'm like, "No, no, no. You misunderstand. Like, we're on the edge. We gotta go. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. The worst part is, like, we're on the edge. There's 3 people behind us that gotta go, so we're going." He's like, "Oh, am I going?" So I was like, "Fuck it, fuck you. Next time you're staying on the inside because you can't be anywhere near this outside area."
Right.
Okay, so yeah, I went over. It was a great time. I pushed, I shoved. I didn't elbow because I'm not an asshole. But then I got to the other side, and on the way back, had to pick a guy up. It was all good fun. Got back, and they were looking at me like I was crazy, and I'm like, "Y'all are fucking crazy because you didn't go. Whatever.
Right.
I'm
Why
just
didn't you
playing with
join me?
you."
God damn it.
Well, okay, so the first pit I was ever in, I had a friend that grabbed my hand and he goes, "Have a good time." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Have a good time. You'll be fine." And just throws me in.
Yeah.
So when went to a Carolina Rebellion with my cousin and my girlfriend, I did the same thing to him. And the best part is he was wearing flip flops. So that was even better.
Oh.
And that was the first year I did the body paint, and I was like, "Have a good time." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "It's full for my Valentine. You'll be fine." He's like, "Okay." And I just threw him, and I didn't see him again for like an hour and a half, and he lost the fucking flip flops. So I told my girl's kid, I said, "I'm doing this to you next time if you're standing near the pit."
Yeah,
So that's just how it is. So
absolutely.
yeah, but they put on an amazing show. They were from Australia. Not gonna I'm just gonna bypass that one.
Yep.
And then I'm not a huge fan of Dayseeker. I don't dislike them. I'm
Right.
just not a huge fan of them. But I wanted to see Alpha Wolf and I wanted to see Kingdom of Giants, so that's why I went. So I was like, "Hey, do you guys care if we go outside and vape and stuff?" And so we went outside and we're vaping and everything, and everybody's like, ready to go home now because we all had a long drive. I mean, I had like a 2.5 hour drive to drop the kids back off at home. So
Right.
I was ready to go. So we go back inside, we're buying merch, and I get to listen to the band while Kingdom of Giants looks for your sweatpants because you wear mediums,
I'm a little guy.
fucking medium. So he
I got
goes
a
and
tiny
looks.
waist and a big dick. I don't know what you want from me.
What the fuck? Look, get this. People, listen. I'm texting back and forth to him, trying to get his to hey, do you want this? Yeah, I'll take this. That's cool. I'll pay you. I'm like, don't worry about paying me. It's totally cool. He's like, thanks, man. I'm like, what size? Nothing. I'm like, dude, what size? He just went and got you. What size? Nothing. I call him. I'm like, you're gonna get a fucking large or a small, and he's like, that's fine whatever. And I'm like, isn't that the worst? You're like texting someone back and forth, and then you ask an important question, and they're fucking nowhere to be found.
Hold on. Hold on. I was at a show the same night. I was in the front row right next to the band. I did not even feel my phone going off because the reverb from those, like everything.
This is my face about how much I care. No, but it was fine. We got you large, and you just have to pull them up to your titties,
That's fine.
strap them in,
I'll
or
strap right in.
dry them on high. I don't fucking know. But
Or
yeah,
just got to find me a big ass goth bitch.
yeah, those they are real. You can do it.
They
You
don't
can
like me
find
though.
them
It's
where it
okay.
goes over the butt and over the boobs. They could tie it off at the top.
What am I
It'll look great.
trying to look for a midget?
Yeah, sure. Why not? No, they'd be too tall for the midget. Jesus Christ. Moving on. But
Moving
that was
on.
my show. How was your show?
All right. So my show was eye opening. Um, First of all, it was just a bunch of local bands coming together. Some of them were doing stuff for the relief for western part or North Carolina that got hit by the hurricane because it like shut down roads and fucked a lot of stuff up.
Took out
Um,
whole houses. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like, it's really doing some it did some damage over there. So, like, they were doing cool stuff, like, they were taking in stuff and donations, and then they were, um the band, Attracting the Fall, uh, they had coffee, and everything all the coffee you bought, all the proceeds went straight over there, so they didn't get
That's
anything
awesome.
from it,
That's
which
really
was
cool.
really cool and respectful. They also gave me a coffee mug.
I'm jealous of your coffee mug, even though I
Like,
don't
it
drink
was so
coffee that
random too. We were closing up and they're like, "Here, have this." It's like, "Okay." I'm not gonna say no. Um, but it's also proved to me that North Carolina has talent on the rise,
much.
and there's so many bands that need to be recognized. I did not hate, did not dislike, did not even miss any of the bands. Let me rephrase that. I feel bad for Wither. I have seen them live once, but, like, with my medical problems, I was starting to get to my limit when they
Oh,
came on, so I had to go outside for, like, 2 or 3 songs, which I felt bad for, but it wasn't a packed show. There was probably 50 to 80 of us,
well,
which
that's
I felt bad, but
I
most of
think
these bands aren't known,
I
so.
think they toured up at Reverb, and remember I went to that show on, like, an hour late and missed 5 bands?
Oh,
I think they
right.
were up there. I think, I might be wrong.
I'm not
Y'all
sure
can
because I don't
correct
know
me.
what their tour schedule looks like,
Yeah,
or how much they're even touring.
yeah,
So, the first band that opened up was Definicide.
okay.
Wasn't expecting them to put the sound and energy into an opening band like they did. The bass player is, like, 6'5", massive dude, and he is the vocalist as well, but he's got
Okay, cool.
a six-string bass, and he is just going wild on that while doing these crazy sounds. Um, all of the bands have let me, play some of their
You
music, so I figured we can start with them.
Well, I
They
did
are
ask you, and I'm gonna re-ask you, did he fieldy it? Did he smack it while holding it upright?
I'm not entirely sure, I don't remember all of it,
Right.
like,
Okay,
it's
okay.
it's fuzzy, you know when you're in that high of
I
music
get it. I figured I'd
and
ask if he fielded it.
right, yeah, he might have, I don't remember, I was watching all of them. The drummer had so much energy, it was insane, dude, like, he put some of these big bands drummers to shame. It was
Alright.
crazy.
That's awesome.
So this is the first song. They played this one, great.
Yeah, I did hear this one. I was like, "Man, that's good."
He
Already,
also gets
all
go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. I was just gonna say, like, already, like, you let me hear it earlier, and I was like, "Dude, that's awesome." Like, that was really good. That was I wanted to hear more, so
Right.
yeah,
They had a short set like every opening band does, and he does have
yeah.
some really great lows, really great
Mhm,
lows. It threw me by surprise because I was like, opening bands are always kind of hit or miss, but these guys, they're a three-piece band, phenomenal. I told them, I was like, "You guys deserve all the respect in the world for what you did up there. I hope you guys can really blow up, and,
mhm.
hopefully, I can see them again soon. Because out of all of them, I love all these bands, but they were a lot of fun, and I'd really like to see them again soon.
Okay.
Um,
What you got next?
the next one was Reflect Refine. They are a cool band. The lead singer's been around for a little while. Um, he and I talked a little bit after the show. He had been in some bands and he played some shows with some of the bigger bands like Whitechapel and shit like that.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
yeah, because he did.
I've heard of them.
They've been around for a little while, but he was also. I want to say he fronted for a band called Wretched.
Okay.
I can't remember if he was like he was just a fill-in or what, but he and I had talked a little bit about it, and then he also records all of their music.
Mhm.
So he owns all of it. Well, they own all of it, but like he records it and he's like, yeah, push our stuff, like awesome, awesome, awesome guys. And the guitarist had one of the most beautiful, like bubblegum blue is what I'm gonna call it. I don't know what you would call it. Guitars. absolutely stunning. I was like, "I would never have taken that out of the case." Um, they are sorry, you gotta give me a sec, I can't remember who's who. Okay. They are
It's
this
funny 'cause,
song.
you said it, and then I looked, and I was like, "I know that name." As it had to have come up on a list or something, so but
Possibly. So this is their song, "Fate." It's been out for a little bit. This is the part I like, it's really hooky. So I'm gonna let you guys hear that. Great band.
I
Um,
ain't nothing negative there.
he was
Absolutely.
hilarious too because his earpieces died, like, right as
Okay.
he was going on. He's like, because he was fine, then all of a sudden they died. So that he threw him off, he got everything situated, and then he was trying to fix it. And there's a part of one of their songs that's like kind of long where it's instrumental. He just sticks the
Mhm.
mic right up there in his mouth and just starts playing with the batteries in his earpieces. Hilarious. Um, and again, tons of energy on stage, great sound. I just they were a great band. I could not say anything bad about them. And again, the lead singer, he's really cool, really open to pushing music. He's clearly been in the music industry for a long time. Cool guy.
Nice.
Um, after them was Fault Reset. They took me by surprise because I wasn't expecting such gritty, like real gritty music.
Okay.
Because the other 2, I wouldn't say were gritty when I heard them on stage, like, they were just what I
Mhm.
expected, like, closer to deathcore stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but them, they kind of I don't know, I really wanted to beat shit up, which was fun, and
That's
the lead
never a
singer
fucking
was
bad
so much
thing.
fun up there. What?
Yeah. That's never a bad thing. You're like,
No.
"I wanna hit something." Yeah.
Like, I was this close to jumping in the pit. I was actually gonna get in a pit, and
Ooh.
it's not
Fun.
often that I get the feeling to do that, so
Yeah.
it was pretty cool that somebody gave me the
That
feeling to do
feeling.
that
Yeah.
again. Yeah, that just let me do this.
I
Um,
I get the feeling all the time, and then I'm like, "My back hurts standing up. It's gonna be great when I get out of there."
right, and that's my issue, so
Yeah.
totally understand. This is off their brand new EP, Automated Agony. They played the whole thing. I loved it. This was by far one of my favorite songs. There's another song that I like more, but it's
Mhm.
slightly inappropriate, so I'm not gonna play it right now.
Okay.
I definitely would say everyone should go listen to this EP. It's great. So here we go.
Ooh, that's good. Dude,
So
that's good.
right,
That's
and
good.
it threw me off. Like when I heard it live, I was like, "Holy shit!" But I loved it. I can't
Yeah.
get enough of this.
That
Um,
shit was good. Like, I right after you played it, I put it on a list. I was like, "It's going on the new list."
and you know what's crazy is when I was watching him up there, he makes those vocals look effortlessly.
Mhm.
Like
I've
it's
noticed that about a lot of vocalists though nowadays. It's like that sound, you're like, "That you should be straining more," and you're not. Okay,
right.
cool.
I was like, how?
Yeah,
How are you
I
not
get it.
tired already? Because
Yeah,
this was like the 3rd song they played. Well, I think. I can't fully remember the set list. But I was like, dude, amazing vocals, great guys again, fun as hell on stage. But I love the sound. I've been looking for this sound for ages, and they do it
mhm.
just the way I like it. Um,
Like the like. There's a
What?
song about that, but continue, go ahead.
No, what were you gonna say?
No, you're good.
Okay.
There's a song, the way I like it, it is close to it, and it didn't my brain tried to put a joke together, it didn't work. And
Don't
then you
struggle
called
too
me
hard.
out and asked me about it, and now it's the worst because I have to explain how my brain didn't make it work, but thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
Go,
And
go
now
ahead.
everybody's gonna know now.
Everybody's gonna know, "Hey, how about that joke you couldn't put together?" Like, "Thanks for reminding me, brah."
You're you're welcome. The next band, they were setting up stage, and I was very curious because they had light bars, which a couple of the bands had some small stuff, and then they
Mhm.
had, um, like, mini projectors. Well,
Okay,
projector screens and had some of their stuff projected onto it from, like I don't know if it's from their music videos, but it had their lyrics for some of the songs. It was really cool. It kind of had, like, Electric Callboy, like, it kinda felt like that to me. The band is Attracting the Fall, the one who gave me the mug. Shout out to you guys. A lot of fun. Um, Another local-ish band, I think they're further out there, like, in Raleigh. Um, but I from what I understand, they've been around for a little while.
okay,
Um, I'm glad that they're gaining more traction. This is a song called Alpha. I could not find one of the songs I heard, and that's probably just a misconnect from, like, what I heard versus what I'm finding, so I
mhm.
apologize to them now. This is still a great song, but I couldn't find the one song I was actually looking for. But here we go.
Oh, yes, man.
So
I like that tempo change, man, that's good.
They did that, quite a few times, and again, it's one of those things I wasn't quite expecting because like, 1 or 2 of the songs don't have it, and then they hit you with
Mhm.
that tempo change in some of their bigger songs, and I'm just like, "Holy crap."
Yeah,
And the guitarist was hilarious, like, he was so aggressive on stage, and he's, like, trying to get the crowd pumped up, and we were all pumped anyways, but, like,
yeah.
totally cool dudes. And one thing I forgot to mention at the beginning of all this is, like, all the band members from all the bands, if they weren't running their merch table, they were in the pit or next to the stage to like show their support for all the bands. So it's really cool to see everybody doing that.
Yeah, I do like it. I like it when bigger bands do that too. Like, k what Kingdom of Giants, their guy I was just talking about, your sweatpants, the guy from the band running merch table, and I think it's awesome, man. It just it to me it means something. Like
Right.
they give a shit, you know. So that's
Yeah, and
awesome
it's
that
really
you
cool to be able to talk to them like that.
exactly, yeah. And if you can only, get up the balls to say, "Hey, I have a podcast," but some people can't do that.
You.
Yeah, that's all me.
I trust me, I'm right there with you.
Yeah,
I can't imagine going up to like some of these bands and be like, "Hey, I've got a podcast. Would you listen to it for me?" You know,
yeah,
just a
yeah.
little, just a little. Like, I really want to do it in December when we go see Crown Magnetar, but I'm so terrified to do
Ah, man, if I think in my brain, if I could just wear the makeup and then be the makeup,
be the makeup,
be
be
the paint,
that
be the
guy.
paint, be the paint. I'm the paint. I have a podcast. I am the paint. Listen, can I play your music, sir? Yeah, that's not
Yeah,
gonna work. Fuck.
just
I
like
need to
that.
change that. Yeah. All right. Who's next?
And finally, we hit the headliner, who is Wither the Fallacy. Now, I've mentioned them before because they were on a show. I can't remember who they were touring with, or maybe they were just filling in. I'm not entirely sure, but I mentioned them before. Great band, always have really kind of liked their sound because after I saw them, I've been listening to them a little more frequently and then looking for stuff like them because I really just there's something about their sound that I really love. Coolest guys in the world, man. I talked to the lead singer when I was telling him about this podcast. He was super cool about it all. Told him that they had totally blown me away before, and it just you could tell it really meant something to him. I'm just glad I can finally play some of their stuff on here because I think
Yeah.
everybody's gonna really like it. I think you would really like it. I'm not sure if you've listened to it before.
I haven't, but I will say that if I get to see him live, I'm excited to get that symbol. That's a fucking cool fucking band symbol.
Right? It's so
That is
cool, man.
cool. It will fit in so well with everything else.
It would. Okay, so this is from one of their newer songs called Cleave. They did play a song they hadn't even released yet, and I was really sad I can't find it anywhere yet. So when it comes out, I'm hoping they'll let me play it. But here's Cleave.
That's cool.
So that was them.
So I have Poltergeist on a different list of mine on my deathcore list.
Oh, okay. So you
I
have.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've heard of them enough to where they're already on a playlist. So that's
that's
yeah.
even better. Because like I said, great band, young energy. I think they deserve a lot of love, and the fact that you've already heard of them makes it even better because that means they're really starting to get their demographic out there, and I think they'd be a great addition to the genre, honestly.
I
Um,
agree.
so that was all them. It was all possible to network to these guys by a friend of mine. He's in a band called Nisia.
Is that
Um,
how you pronounce that?
that's how I pronounce it, yes, and if it's wrong, I apologize now. That's
Oh,
how I've written it. That's how it
oh,
looks.
hope you're right. We're only
If not,
promoting the
Chris
band.
Chris is the lead singer. I'm friends with him. He knew all the bands because he's either toured with them or played with them, and he's
Mhm.
playing with the others. So
Cool, cool.
he could call my ass out if he wants to, but honestly, tonight, this episode would not have been made possible without him. And again, he's the front lead of this band. They're great too. I've seen them a couple times. I think everybody should be checking all these bands out. And I will be posting at least all their Instagrams in uh, all the areas we post this video. So everybody should be looking out for these guys. Please give them love. They're all great dudes. And some of them would like to be on the podcast in the future as just general guests. So I think it'd be great. And
I think
then
it's a great
we can do
idea.
small interviews to see what the scene looks like through a young man's eyes, you know?
Yeah.
So
Were you playing that band or no? You didn't get a clip, did you?
I didn't get a clip. I couldn't
Ah,
find
what was
one through
how you
YouTube.
how do you spell it?
NI. Look, it's right here on my shirt because
Oh, that's
yo,
right.
Chris, I wore the shirt just for this. If you're on YouTube, if not on Spotify, you can go to
Yeah.
YouTube and see it.
Well, yeah, I was just doing that. All right, so that's the end of the show, right? That's what we have.
Yeah, because this was just going to be a short kind of, like you said,
Yeah.
pit rewind, so everybody could hear what we had to say. But also, I really wanted to shout out all those bands because phenomenal guys. The
So
local scene in North Carolina deserves it. You know.
just so everybody remembers, it's Nicaea, wither the fallacy, attracting the fall, reflect, refine, not with a D. Divinicide and fault reset. We're
Yes,
gonna follow them on our Spotify channel for sure.
and we're already
Um,
following all of them on YouTube.
okay, cool. And then Lake's gonna put tags or something like that when we post the video
Yeah, I'll put
and
handles in our description.
handles. Yeah,
Handles, yes.
crash override, no big deal. Words and stuff,
Yeah,
words and stuff. But
words and stuff.
yeah, so that's that'll be our show. Make sure you if you're listening on Spotify, look us up on YouTube at the Core Meltdown YT, and if this is on YouTube, look us up on Spotify at the Core Meltdown. And I'm in the current moment trying what's that called where you push out jobs for other people to do, where you
Um,
pay other people to do jobs for you? That's called something whatever.
whatever. I can't think of it
I'm
either.
farming it out. I'm farming out TikTok makers. I'm farming it out because I'm too old to be clipping this shit into the clips, and my brain is like this thing. I gotta go pour concrete in the morning. I ain't got time for this.
Right.
But yeah.
And we're
All
getting
right.
our Instagram set up. It's just gonna
That
take a while.
same thing.
Yeah.
We're gonna farm that out too. The
Delegate.
younger
There we go, delegate.
I'm gonna farm it out. You can delegate it. I'm gonna farm it.
I
I'm
like
gonna work straight.
delegating.
I'm gonna Warcraft it. I'm farming it.
You're gonna work around.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. We're gonna try and do this pit review either once a month or after a show. One or the other. We haven't quite decided. So
Yeah. It's up in the air at the moment.
yeah, and we're not gonna explain what we're doing on every damn episode. Just on the first one when we hash it out. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna
All right.
fight.
All right. See you next week.
Peace.